think we are.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got the chat over here, so I should be able to read it.
I'm outside because I got people installing a camera system in the house.
Uh,
So
in your house, you mean like a security?
yeah, security.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't. I have us up on my iPad over here, but I don't see us anywhere. It says we're live. Maybe I need to start it over. Hold on. Says it's upcoming, but here it says we're live. There it is. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna take a few minutes to get a few people in here. I see we got somebody here. Maybe
Oh
somebody
yeah.
in the chat could tell us if you sound okay, if you can see us.
Yeah.
Give it a minute.
Um, no, it's not. How's the
You know
weather
what?
over
I don't
there?
think I'm gonna be able to do this iPad. Oh, over here it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. I they called me yesterday and asked me if I wanted to come in early, and I was like, yeah, that'd be perfect because then we could do this live where it's not so late for you.
Yeah.
And I left at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock this morning and drove all the way up to Happy Valley there by Portland, and then went up into Washington. Got the dog toys. Now I'm going to what's that grocery DC Grandview.
Okay. Washington.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah, just beautiful weather, nice and sunny.
Nice. How's everyone? I see 7 people
So
on so far. Good.
what's that?
It looked like 7 people are on, or six.
Yeah, the signal's a little bit funky. I hope everybody can hear you okay. They say it sounds good. So apparently it's just on
Okay.
my end. All right. So, hey, welcome to the live, everyone. I see we got 5 people in there. I'm going live here with Walmart Driver Crespo,
Yeah.
and you've been a Walmart driver now for about 5, 6 months, or
Yeah. Since September.
well, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell you how where you tell us where you came from and how you got here and what you're doing now.
Yeah. So I started driving for Stevens, but now and then I left to Prime. I was in Prime for about 4 years. Um, and then I needed something where I could be home more often. Family man. The wife wanted me home more often, but I really wanted to. I'm
Right.
like, if I want something good that I could be home, Walmart will be the company. And I applied at Walmart. Took about 3.5 months before I got a call back, and they called me, and I went through onboarding, and I'm here. But been driving for about 5 years, all 48 states, reefer, and now I'm teaming with Walmart. I had my first week teaming last week, so that was interesting.
Which is unusual because we've only had that for what, like 2 years now or something like that.
Yeah, I I I didn't think not all these seats have team drivers. Um, so I'm glad my DC has it, but not all DCs have teams.
But
So
so do you have any idea how many DCs have the team thing or
no, I'm gonna ask when I go back. Um, I go back on Thursday, so I'm gonna try to get that number, see if they let me know. Because that way, in case somebody's interested in teaming, depending where they live, they could do it or not do it.
right,
Um,
right. So does, does it pay more than like what we normally do?
yeah. So teaming, you get paid a fixed 494 a day. Um, so it's 494 a day, and the schedule is a 6-3. So you're out for 6 days, you're home for three. Um, but yeah,
So
494 a
it
day
doesn't
is
really
not bad.
matter. It don't really matter how many miles you do as long as you work the full day. That's what you get paid, or
As long as you work the full day, yeah. So like this our first week we ended up driving into the seventh day. So we got
Mhm.
there about 12:30, afternoon. So we get paid a whole day at 494, even though we worked till 12:30. Um if we work, let's say if we would have got there like at 6 in the morning, they wouldn't pay us that day at 494. They will pay you your activity and your mileage till 6 a.m. So if you have to
Right.
work your seventh day, I found out it's good if you work till past noon, so you could get paid. Because if not, you get paid like the 125 for it was for the mileage and activity. But
Right.
yeah, they don't want you working till midnight, going home and getting paid 494. They want you to at least work most of the day.
Well,
So
it's like I always say, they're not gonna just give it to you.
oh, yeah, a lot of people will say, "Oh, you could come to Walmart and you could retire." I mean, it's still a job, and you still got to drive. Like it's not a easy non-driving job. You got to put in the
Right.
miles, the money. They're not just gonna hand you the $100,000.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So
So maybe it's just me, but I'm not clear though.
I hear you. Oh, Billabong.
Yeah, you got like that robotic.
Do I?
Let me try this here.
Okay.
See if this.
Oh, look,
All
Billabong
right.
is a driver through the associate driver program. Starts classes in May. You're a lucky guy.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of them. I mean, I can't believe how many people are getting into the associate driver program, and I think they know the opportunity they have, but I don't think it really hits home until they get here and start doing the program.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a few of them in DC, and they're just thrilled. And it's like, well, you should be thrilled because basically you're able to jump forward like 2.5 years
Yeah.
without you know the crappy jobs, the low pay, the bad equipment. Just
Yeah.
right away you're in the six-figure job.
Yeah. But yeah, and the only thing I have my co-driver. He's a good driver, but he's never driven in California. He's only driven like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi for like 10 years. So let's just say going down
Uh,
Grapevine was interesting. I had to, you know, give a little explanation. This is not a little hill in Texas. You gotta hold it. So I don't know. I don't know how the associated drivers got to really learn how to manage the mountains. I don't know how they do that. Do they go on the road with somebody or just the
uh,
classes?
I don't really know. I know that. Well, yeah, they're going in the mountains with the associate drivers. They're with them for 12 weeks with the trainer, and they go over Donner Pass like almost immediately.
Okay.
And oh yeah, they start getting practice that and putting chains on and driving through the snow.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta learn. The chains. But
Uh, yeah, chains. Once you get it down, it's pretty quick.
yeah.
So I don't want to get too far behind on the chat here. So we got here Miguel, Mike, uh, CB Billabong. I hope I
Yeah.
didn't butcher that name.
Yeah, he's the associate to
Yeah.
pro
Anyway,
associate driver.
yeah, he says starts in May. Classes
Yeah.
in May. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good deal. You don't have to deal with the weather, and you know you can learn to drive and get past all that before you start putting chains on or dealing with that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Miguel said he applied in Florida, Fort Pierce. Been waiting for about 24 hours now. I hear it's hard to get into Florida. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Um, I think because everybody wants to retire in Florida, so they transfer to Florida.
Right.
Because I got two drivers that I know in Texas that want to transfer to Florida next year because they want to move down there. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, we have a driver that's been here. I don't even know how many years. Probably 30 some odd years. Anyway, he moved out that way, and he just recently retired, like completely retired. But he did the Florida yard for a while, and sounds like it's a pretty sweet deal if you can get in there.
yeah. But another associate to driver, William, in Lawrence, South Carolina. Is that the place where
Yeah, I
everybody
see that.
like never makes it? Like the onboarding? Like not that they don't make it, but it's hard to make it or they have a trick. Because all I
Yeah,
see,
I've heard that.
I heard that's a tough place to get
Yeah,
in.
I've, yeah, I've heard that. Well, that's because that was the central place, I think, where a lot of them come to do the onboarding, and I heard it was pretty difficult. I saw a couple people on YouTube that they were a little indignant because they didn't pass and they'd been driving for like 30 years. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
those videos.
Oh, I saw those videos. I was nervous when I was going. I'm like, come on, they've been driving for so long and they didn't get in. How am I gonna get in? I'm only 5 years in, but you know, don't be scared, be prepared. You know
Right.
that type of thing. Uh,
Station out of Illinois, grocery DC, going out as far as Colorado. Yeah, I haven't been to Lebanon in a while. We got a DC there.
yeah. I used to go there with my other
So
company.
here, well, I was going to say Mike Gross here. He says that as a new driver in Marcy, New York. Marcy, New York was the first Walmart DC that I'd ever been to, and that was back in 2001. I didn't work for Walmart at the time.
Okay.
Last week. See, he says he did the Sam's last week. We don't do the Sam's out here anymore in California, and I don't know who does it. It's like outside carriers. I guess you guys do that in Texas,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah. We just yeah, the Sanger DC is Sam's and Walmart. And we just got rid of the outside carriers taking loads out. They just stopped. So now it's strictly Walmart drivers. Um,
Yeah, we did the opposite. It was all Walmart, and then they completely switched out. And I haven't seen a Sam's in I don't know at least 5 or 6 years, probably longer.
yeah. The, I don't know about Sam's. Every time I got a Sam's load, I never had an empty trailer. So I have to like wait till they finished it or call it in and they'll tell me, come back, we'll go back tomorrow. Always with the Sam loads, I don't know what it was. They just never got them unloaded. But they got hot dogs for cheap.
Right. Well, for me, it was same thing. There was never empty trailers. They wanted a live load, and then they would say things like, "Oh, well, maybe we can unload you in like 2.5 hours." And I'm like, "Do you realize I'm a Walmart driver?" And they just looked at me like they didn't know what I was talking about. And
Yeah.
and of course, you know how it goes. You got to call the DC and go, "Hey, they want me to stay here for 2.5 hours."
Yeah.
So I never liked doing that. Plus, the Sam's DC that we had in Woodland, California, it was this huge mess, and it landed up taking it was like a 30-minute process to get in the gate and out. So I hated doing Sam's.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
All right.
been a Walmart driver 1 year, 3 months, no regrets. Insane the respect we get.
We do.
Oh yeah,
We do. It feels good.
quite a bit.
Uh,
I did a video early on in my channel, and I don't. Nobody really said too much about it. They probably didn't believe it. But when I first came here 17 years ago, it was to the point of I had to come in the back door of the Walmart because the greeters would make such a scene when you walked in. Like
yeah.
literally, they would stop you at the door. they're calling people over and they're like, "Oh, it's one of our Walmart drivers," and they just want to talk to you. And I appreciated it, but it was super embarrassing.
Yeah,
And I haven't had that in years now.
I bet.
But we still get a lot of
Uh,
respect.
wish I had better lighting.
Just dropped off a load at Hermiston, Oregon. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it over there. I'm over in Troutdale right now. They got me going to Grandview, but I go home on Thursday, so all they can do is just give me a load, and then I'll just head back home probably after I deliver it tomorrow.
You know,
So
another
what?
reason I liked Walmart was when I heard about you doing the 5-5. I was like, oh, I want to do that. I don't want to drive when I get older. You know.
Well, most of the time I get people saying they want to do the 5-5, but they're not ready for it. They got to retire. Really, it just depends on what DC you work out of. But I mean, you can make a lot of money with 5-5, but I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. But you have to work extra all the time. But it
Yeah.
makes total sense for me because if I want the time off, I don't have to use. I have the time off.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how much you want to work. Work it.
Plus, the area you work at with all that winter and snow and everything, you're probably lucky sometimes not being there for 5 days.
Well, for the last few years, I've taken January and most of February off. Um, I did a good portion of it. I took all of January off and then a little bit of February. But year before that, I had used up all my time, and I was miserable driving all through January going over Donner Pass. But prior to that, I don't. I always just take the 2 months off.
Yeah. I am. Yeah, I'm happy here. I'm happy. I like the people I work with. You know, like in the DC. You know,
So
I get a lot of hate.
you like doing I was gonna say, yeah. I'm sorry about the delay. I got a pretty bad signal here. So you like doing the over the road thing with Walmart better than this regional thing we do, or
So I did it for the money. You know, um, I could have been regional, but I also did it because I'm gonna have 3 days off instead of two. So I was on a 6-2 schedule. Now I'm on a 6-3,
uh,
and to me, even though I was regional, I was not home for any of those 6 days. They kept me away. They kept me in Albuquerque, El Paso. So I'm like, if
right?
I'm gonna do the same, make more money, and have an extra day off, I'm gonna sign up for it. So that's how it. That's how I decided to do it. Um, I do have to sleep when the truck is moving, and that's kind of you end up back jumping like a popcorn in a bag. He's like, tum, 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 tum. but
I bet.
but
Well, I don't even think about that. You're right. When you're a new driver, you can't get into like a 6-3 program because everybody outbids you.
yeah,
And with this thing that you went with, you were able to get into that. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. So I just got a question about what I go out at noon. That's my go out time. So all the teams in my DC, we all head out at noon because they
Uh,
were saying we were getting to California too early, and we will have to sit and wait.
uh,
So they slowed down the depart time, made it a little later. So by the time we get to California, the load's ready, and we're not sitting around waiting.
right.
That's what I heard. Because 'cause I guess if you I don't know, they said we got to leave at 12. That way, we don't get to California too early and have to sit all day for the load. So they slowed us. They slowed it down.
So that's when you go to Colton, California.
So I went to so okay. My first load, I grabbed a load of chicken and brought it down to Shafter, California, to the DC in
Oh, right,
Shafter.
Shafter, the grocery agency. Yeah.
Yeah. And then from Shafter, I went to pick up in Colton and went to Johnstown, New York. So that was an interesting ride. Going through Flagstaff, we hit snow in Gallup, Tucumcari, Carry, but we managed to get through it.
Right.
I-
Somebody wants to know what your go out time is. I think you said noon, right?
Yeah, noon. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was noon on my 6-2 schedule also. So nothing really changed for me except the extra day. You know.
Right. I'm just gonna put the phone here. I think the bad connection's on your end, because, or on my end on the intake. It's not gonna get any better. So
Uh,
bear with me. I have a hard time understanding you.
oh, I'm sorry.
So now if you, it's not your fault. It's my signal, I think. So if you decide you want to go back to regional, then that's no problem. I mean, you could just switch back, or did they mention anything about that?
So they don't want me to go back. They asked me, "Are you sure you really want it? Because we don't want to like try it for a couple of weeks and then try to find another team." But I could go back. I
Right.
just got to go back to whatever schedule they have free. I can just go back to my 6-2. So
Oh, right. So you'll end up slip seating and doing all that fun stuff.
yeah. So at least now I'm teaming, but we have an assigned truck. So I don't have to be slip
Right.
seating. Only when he
Right.
when my co-driver goes on vacation, then I will be in another truck, and then like that.
So are you gonna? How does that work? Do they have? They try to find another team person that um is on vacation and then try to match you up like that, or you just go on your own, or
So there's a few DCs here that have a person that used to team that will fill in if he's available to team for that week with your driver. So if
right?
they have another person that could come with me in the truck for a week, I'll stay teaming. If they don't have that
Uh,
person available, I will be going regional in whatever extra truck they have.
oh, I see.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
yeah. So me and my co-driver, we already had dates that we had vacation for. Once we do those two
Uh,
dates, um, we're gonna plan to take vacation together because
there you go. That's a good idea.
yeah, because I'm gonna make PTO, and that's more money than what I will make solo driving. So I can make more money at home instead of driving around.
So, do you earn the same amount of PTO doing this compared? Is it different?
Um, the same. It's based on miles, but the um the activity, everything gets split in the middle. So at
Hmm.
the end of the day, the total miles get split in the middle, and I get credit for half. He gets credit for half, and so the activities, because that's how they count for like your safety bonuses and things like that.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever we do together gets split in the middle. So let's say I drive 400 miles and he drives 600, I'll get credit for 500 and he gets
Uh-huh.
500.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah. So,
Well, that'll
but
keep everybody honest.
yeah, no, I'm glad the co-driver I have, his name is Pedro. He loves to drive. He drives his clock to the end, and it forces me to drive my clock to the end. I don't want to be the
Oh yeah.
one not making the effort. So
Right. You don't want to be the guy shortchanging the both of you there.
yeah.
So
Oh,
Freddie says that he retired from team driving 2 months ago. Was that with Walmart, or was that a different company?
yeah.
I'm
Um,
just curious. I don't. We have we haven't had this team thing that long, huh? It seems like it's only been like 2 years, or
I didn't even know they had it.
Well, they were saying it was a pilot thing here. I thought like a year or two ago. So I don't know exactly how long. Hey, what's up,
Oh, they.
Southern California?
Oh yeah, ya tú sabes, South Cali. Cali. Also, they lost two team lanes in Florida.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, I see.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it works for Texas because we're like right in the middle, so we're able to go,
right.
either way, back and forth. We're not so far away from, and I think. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you're more of a main hub there near Dallas and all that. I'm sure that they don't have that up in Red Bluff. I mean, you'd probably have to be out of Apple Valley or one of them places to be able to do it. I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I get a list of the DCs that do teaming. You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I'd
you
like to
know,
know. I'm definitely curious. Out of Shelby, North Carolina, best job I've had ever had. Same here. That's why I haven't
yeah,
left in 17 years.
me too. And you know what? The problem is hard to explain to other people why it's so good. Like they're so. I just can't explain it. Once you get in, once you get the uniform on, once you like with the people from Walmart, it just feels good, and your
Well,
money is secure.
I don't know about you, but I had to work hard before I came here, so that's why I never left. I
Well,
did. I did fuel delivery, so I ended up dragging hose and freezing, icing weather, or blazing hot summer. Usually it was in the winter though, because it was heating oil. And then I used to do dairies, smoothbore tanker. So again, dragging that hose around and tromping around, and well, you know what a dairy's like. It stinks and
yeah,
it's just poop everywhere and mud. And when I came to Walmart, I'm like, really? All I got to do is drop and hook and drive the truck? Hell yeah, I'll do
I know it is real easy. The
that.
I mean, my job was easy because it was reefer, but the long wait times, like you go to a chicken plant and you have to wait sometimes 8-10 hours to get loaded. You get
Yeah,
to Walmart to get unloaded, it'll take 3 to 4 hours. Then you're trying to rush to the truck stop so you can find a parking spot. And like
yeah,
I don't have that stress anymore. It's
yeah. No, it's a whole nother world for sure.
yeah,
Prior to working for Walmart, such an easy job. It is.
yeah.
Yeah, 18 years there with William. That's cool. Yeah, I'm 17. I'll be 18 this December.
Uh,
Yeah,
also,
the
Freddie
thing I was
Freddie
gonna
said,
say, the thing is, you get used to a job too, and it gets really, really easy at that point too.
yeah, it's my hardest part was in my previous job. I was a trainer, so I couldn't sleep at night because not because the bumps, but because I don't know who's driving.
Yeah,
But
you're brave. I would never do that. You're braver than me.
so at least now my co-driver, he's been driving for 10 years, so it's easier to just kind of like, oh, here's the wheel, I'm going to sleep.
Right. Yeah, you can actually trust them. That's good.
Yeah,
So, what's he say here? Running Florida to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, California, and back to Florida. 7,000 miles. Jeez. That's
yeah,
just
we did
tiring
about
thinking about that.
yeah we did about 6480. We did last week, me and my co-driver.
And
Yeah,
that was in 6 days.
yeah. It's 6 days because the first day it was kind of like we didn't drive much. We drove like 300 miles on the sixth day because we had that spring training. Then we got to organize the truck and put everything where like it's our first. It was the first time we met, so we had to see where he was gonna put his things, my things. It just took a little longer, but all this stuff is in the truck now. So all we
Right.
gotta do when we get back is turn the key and go. Let me see.
Uh oh, your signal got a little weak on me there again.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
have you heard about? Do you know about the Center of Excellence that Walmart has for if you get like something critical like cancer or need a transplant or something like that?
I heard of it
Um,
during the spring training. I see right there somebody wrote about it. That's
well,
pretty cool.
the yeah, no, I've there's so many stories I've heard over the years on what they've done down there. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's down in Arizona. I can't remember, but yeah, they end up paying for everything. They totally treat you well. The stories I've heard are just unbelievable. Hopefully, I'll
Yeah,
never have to go down there, but good to know that it's there. You know.
yeah, that's definitely a big plus.
Yeah.
You know? I wonder. Let me see. Did you guys do the bidding already?
Um, I,
And your
I
DC?
just I just got my sheet in the box here yesterday morning, and then whatever it is, another week or two, drop it off, and then I guess it goes into effect April. Probably the same
Yeah,
as you guys.
yeah. So RDC,
Yeah,
what I
I guess
hear,
you don't have to worry about that anymore, huh?
um, I'm good. I'm happy with my schedule. 6-3. I'm good. Yeah. So, but from what I heard in my DC, everybody's losing their like everybody's got to choose put a bid in. So if you
Right.
had your
Yeah.
own truck and you had like a schedule that you've been doing for years, you have to reapply for it again. I don't know if that's how it works every year, but
Well, it is how it works, but generally, if you got seniority, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, depends on the position too. I mean, 6'3", a lot of people want that, or 6'2". Nobody wants a 5'5". It seems like so. But I've been here a long time, so I'm not worried about being outbid or anything. But
yeah.
no, it's always been that way. I did the 6'3" for years, and the only reason we one of our partners was gonna retire, and so we all just gave it up at that point because the trick is you got to have good partners when you're on a 6'3". You know, it's
Yeah.
three people, two trucks, and we didn't even want to try it. We had went years and it worked perfect, and it was like I don't even want to try to do this with new people. So at that point, I just went on to a different schedule.
Okay.
We're supposed to be in 6'3" schedule, but with all the miles we're running, 6.5 and 2.5 days off. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but you guys are making it back within the 6 day though, right? Getting the miles you're doing, or
Uh, I hope so. The first, was my first week last week, so it took a little, us getting used to everything. But I should be back because we could relay the load. Like if I'm low on
right?
hours, we could relay the load
Yeah.
in the DC, and somebody will finish it off in Texas. So
Oh,
that's
that's
actually what.
true. You probably got a lot of options. And yeah,
Yeah. So that's what we did. We relayed the load in Texas in Cleburne, and they finished the
uh,
load off to McKinney because we were we were past our day and we were low on hours. So because we had to be on duty for the meeting, and the meeting
right.
took like 3 hours, so that took 6 hours out of our clock for both of us, and it
Well,
just
I'm wondering how it's going to go in the winter though. Like when they close roads and stuff, might be relaying a lot.
yeah. So from what I hear, if there's like a big snowstorm on 40, we could shoot down
Yeah,
10 all the way across and go up, kind of avoid it
right,
um as much as we can. But we got to call it in, and it has to get approved by them for us to change the route.
right. We shouldn't
But
have too many problems down there. I was thinking more like going through Wyoming and the 80 and that kind of thing, but you sounds like you guys won't be doing that.
we'll leave that to you guys. Yeah, no.
That was
Yeah,
my route. That was my route for years before I came to Walmart. I would drive from Hillmar, California, all the way out to Wisconsin, and I'd go across that 80 in the winter, and oh, I hated it. You know, the snow, the blowing snow. It only snows a little bit, and that same snow blows around and around. I think the whole winter.
yeah, probably. Things, but so Freddie, where in Florida? What DC do you drive out of? It's one of the
I think he said he
so
retired, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I I think he retired from teaming. But so the
Oh, right.
process for teaming, you have to like I go in the office and I told them I wanted to sign up for teaming and they didn't have a truck available. So then they put you on a list. So I had spoke with Pedro that also wanted to go teaming. So I let them know, hey, I already got a
Yeah.
team partner ready to go. And because we were already a team, like we're already okay with each other being team, they moved us up.
Right.
And instead of trying to like fit two people that don't know each other, um, so we still don't have the truck that we're gonna drive. It's still in getting the truck we got assigned to came from Oregon, from one of those Alaska trucks, and they're swapping it
Yeah,
over. They're
that's weird.
putting Yeah, they're putting the side skirts or the fenders on the sides. They're removing the deer guard and all that stuff. Probably getting
Right.
permit for over here.
Right. Well, I would imagine it's equipped to go long distance, but yeah, it's probably not good on fuel mileage with yeah, all the skirting's off. It's got the huge bumper, you know, the moose bumper in the front, and yeah, they
Yeah,
probably got to modify all that back.
yeah. So just waiting on that truck, and then, but they have us one now that's team truck, and it's good. It's got the chains and everything. Uh,
Grove City, Ohio.
three. But
So the 5253. Now that's still the same program it always was, right? Where I don't think that's the one that I'm thinking of from back in the day. They used to have one where you worked 5 days, got a day and a half off, and then worked 6 days until your 70 ran out, and then you took a week off. I don't know if they have
oh,
that anymore.
I don't think they do because that's a good one.
Oh yeah, everybody loved that. That was how I landed up in 5.5 because everybody loved it, and I didn't have enough seniority to get it, so I just gave up on it.
Yeah.
Hey, have a good night, Robert.
Yeah. So we don't have. I from what I hear, some people on YouTube they have they used to have 6263, but they don't have the 6263 anymore. It's just six
No.
two or 5253. Well, at least in Sanger they don't have the 63 unless you're teaming.
So what's the 5253? I haven't been keeping up on this. What does that consist of?
You got 2 days. You work 5 days, 2 days off. You work five
Uh,
days, 3 days off.
oh, just round round. And then how many
Yeah.
trucks and how many people?
Oh, I don't know. I, I don't know. Too many probably. Yeah, I think it's like 7 people
Yeah.
or 5 people, 7 trucks, something crazy like that.
Well, and I heard about that. That was like the 7-2 or whatever. Um, yeah, there's like yeah, 5 people, 7 trucks, something like that. And I was like, that's crazy. Like moving in and
Mhm.
out of trucks all week.
They had
So the
a
4.3, we don't have a 4.3 out here. I don't think anyway.
yeah, that
Pull
four
my
three.
sheet out.
No,
Yeah, we're not offering that here. The only thing we're offering in Red Bluff is 6.2, 6.3, and 5.253. I guess there's a couple of different 6.3s, 5.5, and a group 5 day. I don't know what that is. Involves a team of 7. This is what we were just talking about. Yeah. Involves a
Yeah.
team of 7 drivers and 5 program tractors on a set schedule. Oh, that sounds terrible. I wouldn't want to do that
No, no. I,
at all.
I so on my 6.2, I shared it with 3 other drivers, and they were pretty clean, so it was good. It wasn't bad. Uh,
Heading to 6037. Yeah, I'm going out to Grandview tomorrow morning. I doubt I'll make it over to Hermiston unless they send me back that way. Well, this person says they only have 2 on their 6.3 currently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
How
man.
long does it take to hear from a recruiter? I applied for 2 jobs here in Arkansas, and it just shows still under review. It's been over 2 months since I applied. Ooh.
Yeah. It took me 3.5 months to hear from the recruiter after I applied.
Oh,
So
okay.
I had given up, because in the application it says it's good for 30 days. So after the 30 days were up, I just kind of gave up. And one day he called me, and I was like, "Yes, I'm still interested."
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I had already given up. I was already Walmart didn't want me. So, but they did. They called. Uh,
So let's see. Um, Had to jump between 3 trucks in my 5 days. Oh man, that sucks. But
uh
on one day I did like 16 activities. Oh, that's a good day.
yeah,
All I can say about all that is that hopefully it doesn't last long, and the new drivers can get past that, and then you get into your own truck. Because
yeah,
we had a thing that was called Flex, and one week I had a tractor, and then the next there was no telling. It was whatever was available, and I was lucky within. I was pretty quick, like within the first month or so. I got into 5.5 days, my own truck. But that was years ago, and they had a lot more trucks back then.
yeah. So sorry guys, I'm outside. The 6-3 schedule is good. I'm on
Yeah.
it. 6 days on, 3 days off. It's good. I like it.
Well, in your case, it's just you two doing teams, but the normal
Yeah,
6.3, it's 3 drivers, 2 trucks, and the trick is that you get along with your partners, and if you can get that worked out, it's really awesome.
yeah,
Because you always make sure the truck's in good shape and being taken care of. You all get along and keep it clean, and that truck never stops moving. It just round the clock drives, drives, drives. Yeah.
yeah. It's make sure the cleaning supplies are stocked. That's
Yep.
I get in trucks and there's nothing there. I'm like, why do you take it home? Leave it here.
It's because they wanted
Oh
to go home. They didn't want to mess with
yeah.
that. Well,
They
yeah.
use that as an
When I was
excuse.
on the six, when I was on the 6.3, I was totally into blowing all my time off so I can go home early on the sixth day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm cleaning and packing my stuff on my 5th day. So when
Yep.
I get there, I just gotta like drive it through the truck wash, grab my
Yeah.
bag, and I'm gone.
Yeah. Leave in the morning early. Yep.
Yeah. Oh. It's so w- sometimes I'll be at the DC the day before my go home day. So when I get there, I move all my stuff to the car. Everything's gone. So I just drive my one day and come back and leave. But
Right.
yeah,
Uh, Let's see. Hey guys, I have 13 years experience from a long time ago, but everyone seems to not want to count that experience and will not hire me. What do you recommend? Most of only counts for 4 years. There's no way around it. The
yeah,
good jobs are all going to want current experience within the last whatever. Depends on where you go. Like here, what is it now? 3 years or
30 months.
yeah, 3 years. Oh, 30 months. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's got to be
So,
current. You can't have. Yeah, you can't have 30 months like 2 years ago. They're not going to count that.
Yeah, I know. The Big Show. I remind somebody of the
Yeah,
Big Show.
I was trying to figure that out. What's the big show?
I think that's a wrestler.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
don't know. My recommendation is to just get a job that you know they're not going to push you and they're not going to screw your license up or cause you to get an accident or some junky vehicles where you land up in the scale getting tickets and all that. Stay away from that and just get to 30 months. You know.
yeah. Even
And,
so, even if you work for like a Coca Cola, as long as it's a tractor and trailer, even if it's local, it counts as experience. You don't have to go over the road.
yeah, yeah, I heard that
So
they
even
changed
if
it a
it's
while back. Yeah,
yeah, so even if because the my co-driver worked for Sigma delivering food, he wasn't really like
yeah.
over the road, so that still counted. I was like, oh, I thought it was over the road. I didn't know that.
No, I heard they changed it. It's been a while now, but it does have to be tractor trailer though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I will be making content on my channel for the teaming as I drive. Talk about
Oh
my
yeah, yeah.
uh,
You guys should go over and check out his channel. Well, so far you haven't put anything up yet, but you're
no,
in your second week now, so you'll be getting
yeah,
stuff up. I mean, if you guys want to know about this teaming thing, um,
yeah,
it's kind of unique. I mean, we've never, like I said, this is all kind of new. We didn't have this back when I first got on here.
yeah. I got lucky. I met a team of drivers at my DC,
Yeah,
and they've been helping me out a lot because when you go teaming, there's no instructions. They're like, here's the truck, go team. You know, like luckily I've dealt with reefer before where I know how to do the pre-trip on the reefer unit. I know how to, all that stuff, set the temperatures. But if I
yeah.
never did that, they didn't teach us anything. They just get, okay, you want a team? Here's just go, you know? So I'm like, I'm learning as I'm going. So
Well, it used to be the Walmart drivers never pulled the reapers.
yeah,
Like McCarran, Nevada, that was all outside carrier thing, and I never touched a reaper. And then one day they were like, "Well, you guys are gonna have to start pulling the reapers just to fill in." And
yeah.
right off the top, I go, "Yeah, no, it won't be filling in. We're gonna be doing this all the time." But yeah, they never told us nothing. And then I went in and asked them. I go, "How do you change the temperature?" And they go, "We don't really know. You have to go in and talk to the guys in the shop." So the guy in the shop had to go out and show me. I never pulled reaper. I didn't know anything about it.
So I we have a Lancaster DC. It's a brand new facility. It's pretty nice, and the trailers are
Oh,
hybrid.
out Lancaster?
Yeah, they have
Oh
hybrid
yeah,
trailers where they plug in. So when you park them and you plug them in, so it doesn't run the fuel, it runs an electric motor on the reefer. Well, I didn't know
yeah.
that. So when I got there and I see it plugged in, I was like, I ain't touching it. I'm not touching it, you know? So I go back out there and they're like, oh, we had a piece of paper with the instructions, but we ran out. I'm like, well, I don't want to get electrocuted, you know? Like, there's a big plug. And the yard dog came over and showed it to how to shut it off and disconnect and all that stuff. So we're
Right.
still learning different things, but if it feels like you almost have to know a little bit or have common sense because some people
Is
will
that
not know.
or start asking questions?
Yeah. Be friends with old drivers like you know? I would probably be like, hey, Don, what can I do in this situation?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
So,
just put it in gear and go.
yeah.
Hope it stays cold.
Diesel, drive, and see ya.
Yeah. Can't say enough about Walmart, though. They really do take care of the drivers. From the Walmart break to the showers and fuel, truck wash, they make it so much better. Yeah, they do. They take care of us for sure.
Yeah. Where is
New Hampshire, 60
yes?
30.
Where's 60/30? What town? I'm from Massachusetts. That's uh
Well, it's in New Hampshire, but I don't know what
is it
town it
Raymond,
is.
New Hampshire? Maybe. Yeah.
I think so.
Well, you know what? We did so much credit. Like when we fill up, so we got to fill up our pilots and Flying J. You know, they
Right.
tell us only fill up our pilots and Flying J because we get the best discounts with them. So not only am I getting the discounts, I'm getting 5 points per gallon because
Oh
of
yeah, I bet.
Walmart. So
Yeah, because
I
you're putting fuel in like all every single day. Huh?
every day, every day we're filling up. And the lady's like, "Would you like to use your points?" I'm like, "I got points." She's like, "Yeah, you have enough to cover what I was buying." I was like, "Oh, take the points." Yeah, okay. So it's
Oh
like I spent like $10 in points already. I was like, "Wow, I might save it up and buy something nice."
yeah. I did that a long time ago before I came to Walmart. I had saved, I don't even remember how many points, but I had enough to buy a CB radio that I wanted.
Okay.
And they wouldn't let me do it. I was up there at Central Point, Oregon, and they go, "Oh, you can't use the points for that." And I'm like, "I've been saving for a long time."
Yes.
So you might
So
want to check and see what they okay.
yeah. So the truck we have doesn't have a CB radio, so I have a CB radio that I'm gonna put on for now because
Really,
I like
that's
to have.
weird.
Yeah, I like to have a CB radio because you never know what's ahead.
Right? Yeah. No, I
Oh,
might save you from a brake check.
yeah. Hey, Mike, is Raymond, New Hampshire a grocery DC or GMDC? Sorry, I'm asking somebody in the chat because
I, I think it's grocery.
I know they have a Lewiston in Maine too.
Yeah, we've done quite a few Lewiston hoodies.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Um,
never did show you. I should show you the things we make here.
oh, it's a GM. Nice.
My wife and I, we make these.
Yeah, the shirts, right? Is that a shirt
Well,
or a jacket?
this is
Oh,
actually a hoodie, but
oh, okay.
yeah. So there's like I think there's like 80 some odd DCs, and we've done almost every DC where we've sent these hoodies out throughout the United States. It's pretty
Okay.
crazy.
Um,
Yeah.
I want to order one. After this, I'll talk to you. But I want
All
to,
right.
6868 Sanger.
Oh yeah. No, we've done a ton of Sanger.
Have you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
lots of people in Texas. Actually, the people in Texas, they're the ones that wanted the most custom stuff. They wanted like the shape of Texas on there and all this stuff. It was like, oh man, you guys are making it tough on me.
I was gonna ask you that. We're really proud in Texas, man.
Yeah, you
Like
guys are.
I'm driving a truck. I'm driving a truck and it doesn't have the Texas sticker on the side. And I went to the
Yeah.
shop and I was like, "You guys don't have any Texas stickers so I can put on the truck?" Because you know what? Every DC has like their stickers on there, like
Right.
their state. And that truck, out
Oh,
of all the trucks there, that one doesn't have the Sanger sticker on it. I'm like, come on, I gotta feel proud.
so the team trucks, do they have their location sticker on them or?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. But you know how you could? Well, I don't know, but in my DC, we could tell it's a team truck because they have the two emission stickers on the doors
Yeah.
for clean air or whatever it is.
APU and then idle, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know the APU does a regen. Like I had like a sticker to do a
Oh yeah,
regen for the APU.
yeah,
I'm like,
you should regen that thing at least once a week.
yeah. Well, I guess it's only the trucks that go
Yeah.
to California that have it because all the other trucks I've driven didn't have that regen button. The other ones
Well, I
in
don't know
Texas.
about the new ones, but I know the older ones, you get that light going on solid, and sometimes you
Yeah.
got to reset the whole system. But They may have fixed all that with these newer trucks. I don't never let it go. Every week I regen it. It takes about 2.5 hours
How do you regen it?
while driving.
You just hold the button?
You make Yeah, but you got to make sure that it's on the fan off in the fan position, and then you got to turn the switch off on the tri pack, and then you hold the button down until it flashes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, about 2 hours driving. Depends. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. Depends on how far you let it go.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta talk to you about that hoodie. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the one I just showed you, those are custom, and we're only doing them once a year, and
Okay.
around Christmas time. But since you missed out on it, I'm sure we can hook you up. But on my website, truckerthreads.com, we have I don't have it with me, but I have another design where it's like an American flag with a truck on it,
Okay.
and so it's not DC specific, but oh yeah, no, we'll hook you up for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I've got I probably got about 10 hoodies of all these different colors, and each week I take different ones.
yeah, we just RDC just changed their logo. So we try to talk to the uniform company to put the new patch on, but they
Yeah.
said it's gonna tear up the shirts and they can't do it. So we're stuck with the old logo.
Oh no.
Because they said it'll be too much money to replace all the shirts. Because I guess whatever they sew on them, I'm like, well, you
Yeah.
gotta replace it when you put the names. It's not the same thing. But I guess not.
Yeah, actually, they just replaced a bunch of my shirts, and they didn't put my million mile thing on there.
Yeah.
And now I'm pretty sure I'm already at 1.5 million. I got to check with safety again. And so I just been wearing these same shirts, and I got brand new shirts just sitting there waiting.
Okay.
So 6024 DC out of I'm having a hard time reading this writing. It's really light. What is that? GC? What does that stand for?
Yeah. I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah.
maybe they didn't mean to put a G. I don't know. I guess that's a G. Yeah, small
Yeah.
writing. I'm gonna have to
GC.
adjust that. Hmm. Yeah, because I don't recognize the 6024. And like I said, we've done hoodies for every DC, but probably missed a few.
Yeah.
So it's been about an hour, and I was having a tough time hearing you in the beginning. That's why I wasn't saying too much there, but probably should cut it short.
Yeah.
Um, this job came for 8 years, and they don't count the experience either. Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're a new driver and you had your license for 2.5 years, but you were training for 6 months, you gotta wait for that period of training. They don't
Yeah,
count your training as experience. Because I had
yeah,
one of my students try to apply because he's had his license for 30 months, but he
yeah.
was in training for 4 months. So they told him we can't. You gotta wait till you're 4 months. We gotta have you 30 months experience of like you alone, not including your training.
I think he emailed me and asked me about that here. Like, it seems like it was 2 months ago, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Probably the same guy. And I told him, I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not going to go for the training time.
Yeah, no. Which you are driving, you know what I mean? But
Right, right.
you just
Yeah.
gotta follow their rules. So
6057. Don't know where that's at.
uh,
What is the mileage rate for teams?
so we get paid per day, 494 a day. It's not per mileage. So sometimes you might drive 200 miles if you sit around and wait, and you still get paid that money. Because me and my team driver, we're actually running a schedule. So that way, when I wake up, I just drive. I don't have to sit around and wait for him to finish his hours for me to drive 10 hours.
Right.
So we're on a 2-2 schedule. So I drive from 2 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and he drives from 2 in the afternoon to 2 in the morning. Well, he doesn't drive, but he's got to drive within that time.
Right.
So,
So you guys are expected to get, if you got a run in front of you, they expect you to drive your full shift, though, right?
oh yeah, yeah, they want you if you're late, they want to know why you're late. They're not
Yeah.
like, hey. So
They're not gonna hand you almost $500 for nothing. So yeah, it totally makes sense.
yeah, I know. So
Robert,
we
L.A.
oh
So I'm guessing
Louisiana,
that's
Robert.
Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the petrol in Roberts and get Boudin links, but yeah, we drive about 600 miles a day. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. We did last week. Um, just kind of sit
per,
there and go, you know,
per person, right?
per person. Yeah. So about
Yeah.
1,200, about 1,100, 1,200 miles a day. The truck's moving. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were. It's a lot of holding the steering wheel,
I'm not used to that. What was it? I might have mentioned this in my last video. They sent me up to Hermiston here last week, and then I went from there all the way down to Hurricane, and I did like 672 miles in one day, and then each day I was getting like over 600 miles.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't miss that at all. It was like, man, all I did was sit here all day and hold the steering wheel, and I was just beat. And I'm like, that's crazy. When I get in and out of the truck, I feel good. But if I sit there all day, I just feel beat at the end of the day.
I, I was beat. I was beat. I usually sleep till about 7:30, 8 in the morning. Um, I got home yesterday. I had some things to do during the day and at night. So this morning I woke up at 10 in the morning. I was like, what? It's just my body was just tired. It's like, yeah, no,
uh,
because once in a while as a regional, you might drive 450, 500 miles because you have activities. But to
right.
drive 600 miles or more a day, every day, it gets a
Yeah.
little tiring.
Well, yeah, regional. I mean, there's chances are you're probably only going to drive 200 and something, and then you're going to drive another 200 and something. And, there's just something about getting out of the truck and moving around and doing something. It just makes a big difference.
Yeah, but
Wow. New England area, hard to get mid. He gets about 450, 525. Yeah, that's about my average, really. Um, I try to keep it above 500, but I mean, if you're doing a bunch of groceries or something, there's no way around it. You're going to get
yeah,
less miles.
and you use
But you know what?
your whole 14-hour clock. I tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
With all your, I had a five
Well,
stop from Dallas to Louisiana, five
yeah.
stop and back, and I use all of my 14 hours just from the waiting to get loaded, unloaded.
Answer the
But
back door.
oh yeah. So you know what I do? I call.
Uh,
I call. I'm in the back. I call the number on Google. I'm like, hey, I'm a
yeah.
Walmart driver. Could you send somebody to open the back? I've been here for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
I did. I do the same thing when I'm pulling into the lot or something like that. But
Uh,
some stores I know better. I don't even mess. I don't even touch the back door. I just go right to the front and go in because I know they're not going to answer.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm new, so I'm still learning the stores. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. I like it here. I like either regional or even the team driving. I like because I'm driving a lot, but I'm not waiting. You know,
Right.
we dropped and hook everywhere we went last week, so it was just kind of like, boop, boop, let's go.
Well, it sounds to me like it's something that's more regular that you can count on. Like what your
Yeah,
paychecks are going to be, and it forces you to take a vacation. Because I mean, you can't just take a day off here and there very well, being that you have a
No.
team member.
Yeah,
So that's out.
yeah, I know. But I'm gonna like the consistency in pay, you know,
Yeah,
'cause it's good. I had a lot of issues with my trucks that I was on the schedule I was in.
yeah,
So that always, yeah, you could get breakdown pay, but it's not the same. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's
I'd rather just drive. Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna keep you informed of my teaming experience. But so
yeah.
far so
No,
good.
I'll have you back, but next time I'm probably going to be at the house when we do this because, yeah, my signal has been terrible here. I've been struggling to pull everything out.
Okay.
So
Uh,
how the heck do you sleep while someone else is driving, especially and you're on the top bunk?
no, so I sleep like a popcorn. I was telling Don earlier. I'm in the back popping like a popcorn, you know. But we sleep in the bottom bunk. There's no sleeping in the top bunk while someone's driving, and
Yeah,
we use the net, the safety net. I use it, you know. I use it. My co-driver uses it, just because you never know, you know.
oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Might find yourself out the front window one day. So yeah, you might want to use that.
Yeah, it's it's one day I got up, you know, and I'm stretching and he hit the brakes and I flew out the curtain to the dash, you know. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were standing there." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you know next time." But you know, you just get up in the morning, you're stretching, all of a sudden he steps on the brake and you're like, "Whoom," all the way to the front. I was like, "Oh, they,
I'm
they need
awake.
a yeah."
Right.
That was
Uh,
yeah. But we used the top bunk. We took the mattress off and we put our
mm,
stuff up there, so that way they're secure. They're not like running around because they have the bunk has that like 3 inch lip in the front,
right.
so nothing comes forward. So, but yeah, we took the mattress off because I mean, if
Yeah.
someday we have to stop for the snow and I gotta sleep on top, I'll just put on my blankets on the bottom or something. I'll figure it out.
Right.
But it's better to have all the stuff up there than sitting around on the floor or on the bed or anything. So
Right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be sleeping up there going down the road. Good way to break your
no.
neck.
So it's funny. My trainer, when I trained for my CDL, he made me sleep up there, and it wasn't until I got off his truck that
Yeah.
someone told me that that's illegal. I shouldn't be sleeping in the top because in case of an accident. And someone said, "What if he would have hit a low clearance bridge? He would have killed you." You know? And I
Right.
was like, I didn't even think about that. I was like, I don't know.
Apparently, that was the risk he was willing to take so they can keep you off his bed.
Yeah, but yeah,
So yeah, no, it's been over an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I gotta get up at 3 in the morning, so I gotta get some
okay,
rest.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I want to get an update on how this is going. I mean, you've only done 1 week so far, so I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more info once you do this for a couple weeks or a month or two.
yeah, and I'll do it inside too, inside my house, so I don't have the shadow. I just I have the little one running around, someone installing things. I'm like, let me go outside.
I totally understand. I got little ones running around too, so it'll be the garage.
Yeah, and you tell them they're gonna want to be on the video. They want to say hi. Maybe another
Oh
day,
yeah,
not today.
that's my little one. She'll prop right up on my shoulder and be waving at everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll yeah, maybe, in a month or so we could get a better idea of the routes that I'm taking
Yeah,
and all that stuff. Cause right now I did one, but there's I bet there's like set runs. Every week it's like a different set run.
yeah,
So I'll know next week what my next run will be and things like that. And then I could give you an idea more of like where I go, how long it takes, if I'm home every sixth day or are they keeping me on my seventh day, things like that.
right. Yeah, that, and then maybe get a list if you could, if they have one of
Yeah,
which DCs do it. That'd be cool.
yeah, I definitely
Sounds
will.
good.
So, but
All right.
yeah.
Well, thanks for being on here, Crespo. I appreciate it.
Oh, no
Sorry, it
problem.
didn't work out too good in the beginning. The signal was terrible, but oh well, we got the point across.
Yeah, but yeah, the next one will be better. I'll get lighting or something.
Oh, I got the lighting. Yeah, I got my
No,
little
me.
window light here.
It's me. I don't. It's dark where I'm at. I'm outside. I got mosquitoes. Believe it or not.
That
But
was easy. All right,
yeah.
we'll let you go in then. All
All right.
right, well, I'll text you. I'll let you know, and everybody that's been here, thanks for joining the live, and we'll catch you guys next time.
All right. See you guys, everyone.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.